We're going to work on dropping students in BanWeb today. So to get started, we want to go to the BC webpage. And once we're there, we want to go up to this tab in the top left-hand corner inside BC. Go ahead and click on that. If you're not logged in, you'll need to log in at this point. You'll see I've got my BC email address and then I've got my password and I'll click sign in. If you're already logged into another network application, you probably won't have to do this step. So I'm going to click sign in. And then from there, again in the top left-hand corner, I'll click on MyBanWeb. When that opens up, I'm going to click on MyBanWeb main menu. And then you'll see a screen that looks like this. Once we get here, we're going to go ahead and click on Faculty Services. So in the middle of those tabs right there, click right there and you should see a screen that looks like this. From this screen, there are a few different ways you can proceed to drop your students, but I'm going to start up here at term selection. So I click on that and select the correct term, which for me is fall 2017. I'll click submit. And then I'm going to go to my CRN selection and choose the course where I'm dropping students. For me, this is that course. If that's not the one that shows up for you, just use the drop-down menu here. And then click submit when you have the right course. And from there, I'm going to go to the registration drop withdrawal. So I click on that, the course that I just chose will show up, and then I'm going to look at my students and drop the ones who either haven't been attending, didn't come the first day of class, or whatever the reason is they're being dropped. So I'm going to go ahead and drop Scooby-Doo did not show up the first day of class, Fred Flintstone did not show up the first day of class, and neither did Superman. So those are my 3 drops that I'm going to do right now. Just check over my list, make sure I don't need to drop anyone else. Then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and I'm going to click Submit Changes. Once I do that, I'm going to get this confirmation screen for my drops and withdrawals. Those 3 names that I chose show up right here. I just check to make sure one more time that that's correct before I actually drop those students. And if I'm happy with that, I will click yes. Once I do that, I'll get a screen that looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and go back to Faculty Services. The other way that I could do my drops is just to go ahead and click straight on Registration Drop Withdraw, and then if I have multiple courses and terms, that will show up when I click this button. The next thing I want to do though is go to this tab here that says Waitlist. So I click on that and you're going to notice I don't have any waitlisted students for this course, but if I did, this is where I would drop those students that haven't been attending just the same way I did the students that are actually enrolled in the class. There's a couple other things that I can do from this screen as well that I want to point out to you. You'll see here that I can click to stop daily roll, so stop my waitlisted students from rolling into my class. I can also stop additions to the waitlist here just by clicking on this button. Now I did just drop 3 students from my class, so that freed up some room, so I can add more seats to this class as well. So it's enter the number of seats you wish to add. I'm going to add 3 seats and I'm going to click submit. And then it'll look right here, it just says the changes that I made, they were made successfully. And then I can go back. Now if I have more courses where I need to drop students, I'm just going to go back and do that process again by clicking on Registration Drop Withdrawal or starting with my CRN selection here. If not, then I'm done and I have successfully dropped the students from my courses.